Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the realm of bizarre news. I'm your host, Dr. Franklin Ruehl, and we start off with the question of the day. Could entities actually exist in free space? Now, astrobiologists have already identified over 40 hydrocarbons, as well as water and various prebiotic materials floating through the cosmic void. Over time, these prebiotic materials may have evolved into life, exotic life forms that range in dimensionality from the microscopic to the macroscopic, and in morphology from the utterly simplistic to the extraordinarily complex. I call these entities zeroids because they'd be essentially accustomed to zero gravity, zero temperature, and zero atmospheric pressure. They might feast on basic cosmic dust and gas, or larger entities might cannibalistically be feasting upon smaller ones. Over time, they may have evolved volitional motion and even intelligence, perhaps may even enter planetary atmospheres such as Earth and be seen as living UFOs. Yes, I said living UFOs. Here's one possible example from Cluj-Napoca, Romania, from September 1977. Locals claimed that this glowing object seemed to move along the ground like a living object, then suddenly ascended into the atmosphere. And from February 28, 1963, over Arizona, Prescott, 6:10 p.m., this humongous object was seen in the sky, about 30 miles above the ground, and an estimated 27 miles in diameter. Just 5 minutes later, it had moved southeast over Phoenix, and again was retaining its essential morphology. And 15 minutes later, it apparently moved northeast over Winslow, Arizona, again retaining its essential structure. Now, clouds usually aren't found that high, aren't that large, and certainly over 20 minutes do not retain their structure. A possible, and I stress possible, zeroid, living UFO for your consideration. By the way, two of the best movies dealing with microscopic zeroids infecting astronauts from 1956, The Quatermass Experiment, otherwise known as The Creeping Unknown, starring Brian Donlevy, and from 1959, The First Man into Space, starring Marshall Thompson. Watch for them on The Late Show. Now for the vault of strange deaths, but first, the trivia question of the day. Let me extricate here from its paper prison. What is the term for a tree lover? Is that selenophile, homiclophile, dendrophile, or anthophile? Now the only prize for the correct answer, one pat on the back that you'll have to administer to yourself. Heck of a lot better than a slap on the belly with a wet trout. Now for the vault of strange deaths we have. He really loved that tree. And this is a man in Zlatar, Croatia, 83, who pleaded with workmen not to cut down his beloved oak tree, but they wanted to widen the road. So after the tree was felled, he ran in the house, grabbed a gun, came out, and shot himself to death in front of them. That tree should not have been cut down. Now for the trivia question. What would we call him? A tree lover? Selenophile, homiclophile, dendrophile, or anthophile? You say anthophile? No. It's a dendrophile. For the record, a selenophile loves the moon, homiclophile fog, and an anthophile flowers. Now here's a cow. We have a new report from Germany in a study of Google Maps from around the globe involving 308 cattle herds, involving 8,510 cows. They found that 2/3 of the cows during grazing and sleeping align themselves with magnetic north. Apparently they have tiny magnetic compasses in their brain, probably bits of magnetite. How about that? By the way, I recently told you about a case of some cows in Wales that had itchy backs, rubbed those backs against electrical pylons, causing a massive power outage. Well, noted anomalist Brad Steiger, who's also an agricultural expert, informs me that many farms have metal scratching posts for the cows because itchy backs often plague them. And he also tells me that if you rub a cow's back, you've made a friend for life. How about that? Now, until next time, may the power of the cosmos be with you. Yes, yes, yes. Nice bossy, nice bossy, nice bossy.